Hey, what's up, Popol as well? It's your boy Serrano. Welcome back to another video. So today we're going to be taking a look at the TCL TCL 40 XL, and we're going to be comparing it to the Samsung Galaxy A14 5G. But make sure you guys stay locked in to the end of the video if you're brand new to the channel. I truly appreciate you for coming through. If you're new, make sure you subscribe and get notified for more videos just like this. But if you're already a part of the crew, salute. So I wanted to start out talking about what comes inside of the box so you can see everything from both smartphones that's offered immediately. And so both of these devices will give you a pretty good experience when it comes to the unboxing. Now, as far as what you actually get inside of the box, TCL is going to give you a little bit more, but Samsung does also provide you with like a charging cable inside of here with, you know, some user manuals and a user guide. And so when it comes to this, you know, the TCL 40 XL, inside of the box, you're going to be greeted with not only the phone, but it's going to give you a charging brick. It's also going to give you a USB type, like a SIM card removers tool in here. And then you're also going to get the charging cable as well. All right, so both of these phones did introduce Android 13 running on here, but if you take a look at some of the softwares that we're actually getting security updates on both of these devices as well. But one of the things that I have to mention is that the TCL won't be supported when it comes to OS updates. So Android 13 is probably going to be the final, update on here. So you're not going to get anything else, which is basically the software that it was released with. Whereas the Samsung is going to give you, 4 years of OS update, 4 years of security updates, and then 2 years of OS updates. So you're going to get like a little bit more, actually a lot more support on the Samsung, because you're going to be able to get, 2 more. You're going to get Android 16 on the Samsung Galaxy A14, which is going to be pretty awesome when you're actually taking a look at it. So I'm getting both of these devices actually have updates that are available when I actually turn both of these on. So if I go into some of the settings right down here, you're going to see that I can actually install the update on the Samsung right now. And then you can see on the TCL is giving me the option to install it. And once this reaches 100%, so I'm going to actually, pause the video once this update is complete. But you can see right here it is 809 megabytes, and when it comes to what's new, doesn't even tell you anything that's new. It just gives you the update. So I'm going to install the Samsung one since that one is ready to go. And then let's take a look at some of the different features running on both of these devices, like the cameras, the performance, the battery, as well as, like the displays and overall build quality. So I do have the update already installed on the A15. We're going to check to see if there's another update, because this was the March one. So let's go ahead and see. We're going to hit download. But one thing I noticed on the TCL was that as far as the updates, it is on July 5th, 2023. And then if I go back, you can see that it's asking me to install the update right here on TCL now. So let's go ahead and hit restart now. And it's going to reboot it and install the new software update. So we'll see what this one is actually on and if there's any more after this. So my Samsung is telling me that we're on the One UI 6.0 and we're on March 1st, 2024. And now it is running on March 1st, 2024, which is the same one that the Samsung is actually running on. All right, so I want you to guess which one is which. Right now, we're looking at both displays at the same time on here. And I'm not going to tell you for a couple of seconds. I just want you to figure it out. Just think about which one is which phone. And then let me go into settings right here so you can see both settings on both devices and kind of compare the difference. So we do get 1440 60 on this one. Let's try that on this one up top. I'm still letting you guess. And then we do get 2160. So the same, we get this actually a better display when it comes to the one on the top. And so basically, I'm not saying it's a better display, but the settings that were being offered are better, because we're getting 2140 60, and then the one on the bottom is giving you, like I said, a lower it's only giving me 1460 on this same video. So even though the one on the bottom has a actual better display, which is going to be you see right here the settings on the one in the top. And now I'm going to reveal that the one on the top is the TCL and the one on the bottom is the Samsung. So when it comes to physical attributes, like as far as, like the, specs and everything, the Samsung has better specs, but the TCL will offer you a better settings experience. So yeah, the Samsung is at the bottom right here, and you can see it's a little bit brighter. Like when I'm looking at it, it's a little bit brighter. You can see these colors are brighter on the Samsung, but the TCL, what it does is it gives you like a higher resolution to choose. So I'm going to put the TCL on the bottom so it gives you a better angle, and you can see the screen is going to be a lot brighter on the Samsung. So let's read the specs. We get a 6.75 inch display when it comes to, the TCL, and we're getting a 6.6 inch on the Samsung. And the Samsung has a 1080 x 2408, and the TCL has a 720 x 1600. The Samsung has 400 pixels per inch, and the TCL has 260 pixels per inch. And these both have IPS LCD 90 hertz displays, but the Samsung has like a PLS LCD display. And so, they were released a month apart. But one of the things about the Samsung is that it does offer updates for a longer period of time. All right, so this is the TCL 40XL. And this is the Samsung Galaxy. So you can see as far as the build quality, they're both going to have fingerprint sensors on the side. They're also going to have volume rockers right above that. And at the top, you're actually going to get a speaker on the TCL with a microphone. You get a microphone on the Samsung at the top. Down at the bottom, you can see another speaker on the TCL, as well as the Type-C with the microphone and the 3.5 millimeter headphone jack on both of these devices. So one of the really good things about the TCL is that it's going to have the advantage over the Samsung when it comes to the sound quality with the dual speakers. And then it's also going to give you a really good viewing experience when it comes to the resolution on videos on YouTube. So the other thing is that both of these are actually running on Android 13 when you first get them, but the A14 obviously has Samsung Android 14 right now running, so it will give you better software updates for long-term use. Both of these phones are very slippery, so you're getting a slippery matte finish on the TCL right here. And as far as this texture on the side, it has like a kind of a they're trying to put texture on here so that it gives you a little bit of grip. It kind of helps when you're holding it on the sides. The Samsung has rounded corners, so when you're holding it on the sides, it's actually really easy to grip because that material is glossy, so it definitely feels really good as far as grip. And then the back is actually matted, so it is kind of slippery on the back of the Samsung. Now both of these phones have 50 megapixel cameras, as well as a 2 megapixel depth and 2 megapixel macro. They both record in 1080 30 frames per second, and they also both do have some pretty good photos and videos So you're going to get some really good experiences when it comes to using the cameras on both of these. Now, as far as the price, it's pretty close when it comes to the price. So you're getting $164 for the Samsung and $179.99 right now for the TCL 40XL, with the 50XL right around the corner when it comes to actually getting the newer version of this one. It's going to be coming out pretty soon. So I'm definitely looking forward to checking that out. But let's go ahead and take a look at the gaming performance, and then we'll jump into that real quick, and then we'll get into the cameras just a little bit as well. So the processing chip that's actually running on this device is giving you the MediaTek 6765, which is the Helio G37. And there's a little bit of a lag every now and then when it comes to this chipset. It gives you 128 gigabytes of, so it's giving you storage of 128 gigabytes, then you get 4 gigabytes of RAM. So I did get first blood right there. And then there is a version that gives you 256 or 6 gigabytes of RAM. So I have the 4 gigabyte 128, which is also cool. But the Samsung gives you a 64 gigabyte version, or you can get, you know, like the 128 gigabyte version. So it's going to give you the same thing, the 4 gigabytes or the 6. But the only thing is that they have virtual expansion when it comes to their storage on Samsung. So you will be able to expand it virtually. So as far as gaming on the TCL 40XL, it's not too bad. That was actually a good play by my guy right there. When it comes to the Samsung, this device is going to have the Dimensity 700, which is actually excellent for gaming. So it's actually going to be a much better experience when it comes to the gaming. The refresh rate is also forced at 90, just like the TCL. And this is actually a lot smoother on the Dimensity 700 when it comes to the display. It feels a lot smoother and more stable, and it definitely feels clean when I'm using it. So I definitely feel like I could lock in better on this display versus on the TCL. It just feels a lot smoother. But yeah, like I said, the TCL is giving you some really good gaming, but the Samsung will actually be a little bit better when it comes to the experience on it. So I just want to mention that. So yeah, very clean graphics running on here. So like I was mentioning, in the settings right here on the TCL on the left, you are getting the refresh rate of 90 hertz that you can force, and you get also smart refresh. And then on the Samsung Galaxy A14 right here, you can see you get the motion smoothness adaptive, and you get 60. So you don't get the option to force 90 on the Samsung. So I do wish that they give you that third option that the TCL has, where you can keep it at 90 all the time, but you will reserve battery more on the Samsung because it's adaptive, giving you like more of an AI whenever it feels like it needs to use that 90 hertz when you're gaming or scrolling through social media. It will, you know, adapt and then basically look really clean most of the time, whereas the TCL is always on 90, so it always looks really clean no matter what you're doing. So both the experience on the TCL UI is actually pretty clean. You get a different experience than on the Samsung when it comes to the Android 13 versus the Android 14 on the Samsung. You can see the One UI 6.0 is actually really nice to play around with. I actually do like the TCL one too, because on the volume and on the brightness toggle, you will get that like nice little transition when you're using it with the toggles right here. You don't get those toggles on the Samsung except for this brightness one, but they don't give you the volume one like they do on the TCL. So, you know, they're both really good as far as the overall features on here. You do get like a radio on the Samsung as well. I think if you go in the Samsung, you can see you have Samsung Health, and then like going here through the apps, you know, I don't see the radio, so I don't actually think that the Samsung offers that. And then, but you do get the TCL, which offers the FM radio, which will require a headset. So, you know, you will get the FM radio on the TCL. Let's do a quick speed test just to wrap up this video so we can see which one opens up apps quicker. But overall, it's going to be a pretty close match when it comes to just checking out some of the features running on here, because they're both really good. So let's clear out all the applications and then see which one opens up quicker on the Bible app. So on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so the Samsung A14 opened up quicker with the Dimensity 700. Let's go into the Audible app. I don't have that on the Samsung, so I'm going to try a different app. Let's do Meta. 1, 2, 3. So that was the TCL. It was a little bit quicker. Let's try IG. 1, 2, 3. That was the TCL again. So let's try a couple more apps on both of these. You can see the scrolling speeds on both of these are pretty good. As far as the color accuracy, they're very similar. So the TCL does offer a really good display, just like the Samsung. Obviously, the Samsung is going to give you the 1080 display, but it's very hard to tell the difference when you're using them side by side. They both look really good. Look at this guy. This is funny. This is dope. So yeah, as far as the color is a little bit more saturated on the Samsung, but they both look really good as far as the overall, you know, quality on the displays. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about both of these devices. I definitely think the TCL holds its own when it comes to what it's going to offer you in this budget price point and everything like that. But if I had to pick one, the Samsung A14 definitely has better updates, which a lot of people make that the main focus. But if you're looking at an overall experience, then I definitely think the TCL can kind of compete with the Samsung with the cameras, the dual speakers, the, you know, better resolution when you're viewing content, and also the design is really nice on the TCL too, and it does have some good overall battery life and optimization. But hopefully you guys did find this video helpful. This is a quick comparison of the TCL versus the Samsung Galaxy A14. If you found it helpful, make sure you hit the like button to show your support and appreciation, and just type down below in the comment section, I'm still here, so I know you're still kicking it with me, and I'll hit you back. I'll check you guys later. Peace. Later, crew.